someone who was like this authority figure who wasn't very approachable because they could get you in trouble and like they had power over you and they were like the ones in charge.
So I thought that like an RA was kind of like a person that like laid down the law and was like not friends with you and just kind of like an authority figure and just like told you what not to do and like gave you advice but more like you can't do this kind of person.
An RA was somebody that would just be like, no, you can't do that, you can't do this, and like they wouldn't really provide any like. I didn't really see them as a mentor more before coming here. I saw them more as like a boss that would just tell you what to do and what not to do.
I first thought that they were going to be outgoing, they were going to be nice and kind because they were interviewed for this role, and so I already knew that they were going to be an extroverted person, like their personality, they're going to get along with everyone else on the floor. So that's what I expected, and that's what actually happened. So
Um, I guess I just kind of assumed my RA would be a guy, first of all. Um, I don't know. I think a lot of other schools are more traditional, like guys are on one side of a wing, girls are on one side. So it was interesting RA being a girl, but I think I like it better personally just because I feel like more comfortable like telling my RA stuff than maybe if it was a guy.
So prior to arriving at Mason, I didn't really have any assumptions of an RA. I just thought they were supposed to be there and tell you what to do and what not to do. And then after arriving at Mason and having the best RA, it's great to see that people get so involved because I know a lot of people that their RA is just kind of there on the floor and they're not like making everyone like a combined like community type of thing. So after arriving at Mason, I have more assumptions and like aspects of an RA than I did before.
My RA, Megan Hour, has built community on the floor by having a lot of programs, and I feel like they're very helpful because like she had a lot of programs like early in the beginning of the semester, which like really helped like me meet a lot of people on the floor, and now like I know almost everyone on the floor. Like on any given day, I interact probably with like well over 3/4 of the people on the floor because like we've had so much experience with each other that I just like know what's going on and like have the ability to like start a long conversation with anyone.
um she invites everyone to like do all kinds of stuff and she texts in the like group me a lot telling us that we have like stuff to do that we can get involved in. um and she also tells us to like communicate with other people like when we're kind of like sitting alone she comes in and talks to us and it's just like it's nice to sometimes when you're like sitting alone in your room studying to like take a little break and have human interaction.
By instigating the open door policy, you've helped start relationships between each other's dorms. So we've grown closer, and I found other people that we can trust in, and like with information and trust be our friends.
she allowed everyone on the floor to be familiar with each other, and that really created a strong bond with one another because not only do we see each other as friends, but also people that we can rely on. And she also did activities that were icebreakers, and she also lets us know that she's always there for us.
My RA has built a community, I think, with pretty much everyone on my floor with individual relationships. But also she hangs out. She hangs out with us occasionally. She's part of the squad. Um, but she's also like made personal connections. I know like with me and like talking about issues in classes and also personal issues. So I know that my RA has made a lot of different community relationships on our floor.
Okay, so my RA has created a sense of community on my floor by initiating an open door policy. And so whenever we're all just hanging out or anything, we all have our doors open and we all hang out in each other's rooms. And if that wasn't the case, we all wouldn't be as close as we are today. Also, we have like annual like get-togethers and stuff that she does, and they're really fun. And so it's really cool.
If I wasn't on this floor, like I would like I feel like if I had another RA, like I wouldn't have connected as much as I would have with Megan because like I don't know, like right off the bat, like we had a lot in common and like she's very approachable and I just feel like she like was really good at getting us all like getting to know everybody and to like be very like welcoming to Mason.
I don't think I would have as many friends. Like, I honestly don't think that I would have talked to as many people on this floor that I have.
I don't think that I would be as close with my floor mates as I currently am because I see other floors that don't socialize as much as our floor does. And I think it's helped foster my personality because I'm very outgoing and I like to talk to people and to build relationships. And it would have been harder to foster that personality in a much more secluded environment if it hadn't been for Megan Hour.
My experience would be, I guess, less connected because my RA lets me know the events that's happening around Mason, and she also helps me with just the small tasks and transitioning from high school to college. And so she lets me know the college life better.
If I was not a resident of Megan Hour, then I think my experience would be a lot different personally. I don't know if I would try some of the things I've tried, or I don't know if I would be in the best. I'd be in a different emotional state possibly than if I was Megan because I'd probably keep some of my feelings in instead of talking about them and act upon them. So I would be a different person, I think.
If I wasn't a resident of Megan's, then I feel like the floor as a whole wouldn't be as close as they are. We like a lot of floors are just so secluded and they don't hang out with each other, unlike ours. And Megan initiated that open door policy to where like we all have gotten so close and we all hang out with each other. And I feel like if I didn't have Megan as an RA, I wouldn't have as many friends as I do today. So I'm really glad I have Megan as an RA.